Audio Jungle.
St. James electrician dies in house fire. A man died in a fire which destroyed his home in St. James on Monday night. The deceased has been identified as Carl Scott, an electrician from the parish. Reports are that about 11:30 p.m., Scott was at home when residents saw his house engulfed in flames. The fire brigade was summoned and firefighters who arrived on the scene carried out cooling down operations. Following the cooling down operations, the charred remains of Scott were found in the rubble. According to report, Scott's pet dog was also trapped in the fire and was burned to death. The origin of the fire is currently unknown. An estimate of the damage is yet to be known. Man accused of defrauding St. Catherine senior citizen charge. The police have charged a man for defrauding US $2,100 from a senior citizen. Michael Campbell, 34, an electrician of Kingston address, is charged with fraudulent conversion. It is reported that the 71-year-old had US $2,100 in her possession and wanted the money exchanged to Jamaican currency. It is further reported that in June, Campbell went to the complainant and convinced her that he knows somebody who could convert the money. The complainant reportedly gave him the money with the understanding that he would return with the equivalent. The accused reportedly told the complainant that he placed the money in his account and would pay her soon. After not receiving the money after 10 weeks, the matter was reported to the Spanish Town Police. Following an investigation, Campbell was arrested and following a question and answer session, he was charged with fraudulent conversion. Cabinet establishes Disaster Risk Management Review Committee. Cabinet has established a Disaster Risk Management Review Committee. This as Jamaica continues to navigate increasing challenges posed by natural and man-made disasters. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says this committee will assess critical infrastructure, essential services, and the state's ability to provide timely disaster response. He explains that former Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson will chair the committee. Mr. Holness says the committee's mandate includes assessing vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure and services to ensure they remain operational even during disaster events.
So in response to these challenges of high frequency, high intensity, and overlapping crises, the government established the Disaster Risk Management Review Committee. This committee is tasked with strengthening Jamaica's preparedness for disasters and ensuring that we are ready to meet future crises head-on. The DRMRC will focus on critical areas such as infrastructure resilience, essential services like water, electricity, and telecommunications, as well as medical services and community preparedness. These sectors are crucial in maintaining stability in times of crisis, and any failure in these areas can have widespread consequences. The DRMRC is led by Major General Anthony Anderson, public servant with decades of experience in disaster management and national security. The committee also includes Dr. Paris Leawi Jr., a leader in geospatial technology. It includes Mr. Jonathan Grant, a retired senior public official in the Ministry of Finance, I believe, and Ms. Trudy Deans, a consultant who has been instrumental in initiatives such as the Jamaica Education Transformation Commission. Together, this team brings a wealth of expertise and experience and will guide our efforts to build a more resilient Jamaica. Critical infrastructure includes water supply systems, electricity grids, telecommunications networks, and transportation routes. These are the backbone of daily life and must remain operational. The focus will be on ensuring that these essential services are designed, maintained, and upgraded to withstand the impact of hurricanes, floods, and other disaster events. Secondly, the committee will evaluate emergency services to ensure they are equipped to respond quickly and efficiently to crises. The committee will thoroughly evaluate the readiness and capability of all of Jamaica's emergency services to ensure that they are in top shape. And 3, to provide recommendations for improving national and local disaster response frameworks, ensuring better coordination between agencies.
MBJ Airports seek to clarify reports surrounding death of 71-year-old man at airport. MBJ Airports Limited operators of the Sangster International Airport has sought to clarify the recent reports of the series of events which occurred after a 71-year-old man fell and hit his head before dying at the airport last Wednesday. Media reports following the tragedy identified the deceased man as Leroy Simmet, a Westmoreland native who was visiting from Florida for a funeral. It is reported that he died while he was checking in for his return flight. An alleged eyewitness recounted the incident, saying that when she saw Simmet fall to the ground, she ran to his assistance. She was reportedly soon joined by an airport official who, the eyewitness said, seemed more concerned about who would pay to have Simmet transferred to the hospital by a private ambulance. She further stated that Simmet was on the floor of the airport for approximately 30 minutes, bleeding from a wound on his head, before a nurse showed up, but he ultimately passed away. In a news release on Tuesday, MBJ Airport Limited refuted the claim that payment is a requirement for ambulance services during an emergency. Firstly, we wish to emphasize that there is absolutely no policy or requirement for payment for ambulance services by a passenger during an emergency situation at Sangster International Airport, MBJ Airports Limited said in the release. It added that there is a medical facility at the airport based on a contractual agreement between MBJ Airports Limited and Hospital, a private hospital in Montego Bay, St. James. The agreement outlines medical services offered at the airport, which includes a nursing station in the terminal and the provision of on-call ambulance services, the release noted. The nurse, in assessing the medical emergency or based on information provided, makes a determination if the parent will require further medical attention, including making the request for an ambulance. These arrangements are in compliance with the International Civil Aviation Organization standards and are part of the Comprehensive Emergency Response Plan, which is regularly reviewed and tested with other stakeholders, MBJ Airports Limited stated. The release further stated that the collapse of the passenger was not due to any type of slip and fall or other type of accident on airport premises. To further refute the claims made, MBJ Airport said that it reviewed the CCTV footage at the airport and provided a timeline of events in the interest of transparency. On Wednesday, September 4, 2024, at 11:12 a.m., the Airport Operations Center was alerted that a passenger had collapsed, initiating the airport's emergency plan. Within 1 minute, hospital was contacted, and the hospital duty nurse indicated that they were en route to the scene. Contrary to the media reports, the hospital duty nurse arrived at the scene 6 minutes after being contacted to attend to the passenger. At 11:15 a.m. and the next 13 minutes, the airport's operational center called for an ambulance. They contacted the Emergency Medical Services (EMS) arm of the Jamaica Fire Brigade and subsequently the Conroe Regional Hospital (CRH), both of which proved unsuccessful. Contact was made with the hospital's ambulance service at 11:28 a.m., which arrived within 12 minutes, MBJ Airports outlined in the release. It added, "We want to emphasize that during this time, hospital personnel were on site delivering care to the passenger. They administered CPR and all appropriate life-saving measures, including the use of an AEB. At no time was the passenger left unattended or without medical care once the hospital personnel arrived." MBJ Airports Limited stated that it is committed to continuous improvement to passenger safety and care, and as a result, a thorough review is done following each instance of emergency response. It went on to offer condolences to the family and loved ones of the deceased. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.